I have the real pleasure to work here at A Wider Circle. We're a local nonprofit to the DC region. We focus on helping one individual and one family after another to rise out of poverty. We have many programs that help on that journey, from that first step to the last step. But the role that I get to play is I'm the director of our outreach and volunteer programming here at A Wider Circle. We host about 30,000 volunteers every year. They help us do all of this fabulous work here in our community.
30,000 volunteers. There are some here working right now. Yes. We're in just one of your warehouses because this is such an enormous operation you have. I had no idea how big it was, which tells me the need is also large.
It is. We do have a lot of need in our community. I mean, even just to look at a national scale, 1 in about 6 children are living in poverty currently.
What does that mean?
Good question. So we have a national poverty line, which for a family of 4 is about $25,000. And now what is challenging about that line is it really doesn't show the need that's in our communities. That line was actually set back about in the 60s now, and so it's a bit outdated. It was set on how much food cost a family, that food would be about 1/3 of the income for a family that they were kind of needing to budget for. Well, now of course things have changed. Many families are spending the vast majority of their money on housing.
Especially in DC.
Especially in our area, right? For me, I mean, just as one individual, there's no way I could live on $25,000, and that's supposed to be set for a family of 4. So let's say that family made $27,000. They're not considered in poverty. So it doesn't really give us a good sense of the need here in our community. This is where we receive all of our donations.
But can I stop you real quick?
Yes.
Rachel, you guys have in this furniture area some really, I mean, this I would put in my house.
Yes. We receive
Sounds
the
like
most beautiful and unique items here.
This rocking chair.
Yes. And we distribute about 11 million pounds of furniture every year. So if you can imagine, although it looks like we have a lot here,
right,
all of these items will be back out the door within 1 to 2 days.
I see a really big toy section because it doesn't matter where you grow up, the household you're born into. When you're a kid, you need toys.
Toys and books, right? Yeah. We had the cutest thing happen the other day. A little one, literally maybe yay high, came in through the front door, and upstairs you see the kids' corner right away. All of these fabulous things out on display. He started screaming at the top of his lungs, books, 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 and he went home with a huge tub of all of these great books and toys. So it's beautiful. That's what our community helps to make possible.
Much of poverty, it's generational. It is cyclical. The children you talk about end up becoming the people at 20 years old who are introducing a new generation into the same cycle, and people feel stuck. And I'm wondering where do you break the cycle?
What we see here is it's going to be an approach that will take all sectors. First of all, we need to address that. This will not be that either just the government sector or just nonprofits are going to be able to do it alone. This is going to take a big shift. It's going to be the corporate sector, it's going to be nonprofits, it's going to be government, it's going to be faith communities.
And it's going to be the people.
And the people, right? All of us engaging differently. And it won't just be if we just try to look at just the children or just the adults, right? Because if we were just to kind of have a child approach, well, what about those adults? They're not going to be able to raise up those, children with kind of the things that they're going to need and have that support. We should all have the opportunities at birth to live a stable and independent life. And we can do that as a community.